Viewers, this is Breach, and I am back with my next Let's Play series. I told you guys during Let's Play The Legend of Zelda I was going to do Final Fantasy 1. Here we go, baby. Got this opening title screen. It's what you get right off the bat just as soon as you plug it in. Oh, gotta click on the, there we go. Now here we go. You can continue an old game, begin a new one. We're beginning a new one here. We're going to toss up the response rate to 5. That'll make it to where we don't have to sit there and wait. I'll bring it down to 4, whatever. We don't have to sit there and wait for it to read. It still gives you guys a little bit of a chance to see what's going on the screen. Now, I told you before we're going to be doing a solo run, so 3 of these characters don't even matter. But I'm going to give you the rundown on the classes just because, you know what? I got the knowledge, why not give it? We got the fighter first. He's expensive to upkeep, but he is a fucking tank. He will wreck through almost anything. Later on, you can become a knight, learn some white magic, but it's not really that useful. You're going to use him as a tank, let's be honest. Then we got the thief. He's a quick little bastard. He can run from most engagements. Other than that, you know, he's not that great. He can use some swords, some armor, becomes a ninja and gets a little bit of black magic, but most of the spells in this game, black magic-wise, don't work except for the elemental attack spells, so why bother? Black belt, you know, he can't equip barely any armor. He's better without a weapon. He gets a lot of high vitality in later levels, but towards the beginning of the game, he is enemy fodder. So that's actually the one we're going to be doing this solo run with, is the black belt. I've heard a lot of negative things about him, simply because people don't think he's that great because he can't equip armor. I'm out to prove him wrong. Red mage, kind of like the fighter, except for he gets more spells. He's really, really helpful in the first half of the game, kind of slows down in the second half, but you know what, if you're doing a solo run, he's one of the easiest. White mage, a lot of flack for these guys too, but everyone forgets they come with the roost spell, which lets them, you cast it twice, they can't be hit by physical attacks. Not to mention they get all their healing spells. Yeah, that's a little bit easier. And black mage, attack magic, not really that many attack weapons, not that much armor, but goddamn, some of those spells are awesome. So, oh, pressing the B button there. Yeah, we're just going to name excess characters, just 4 blanks. That way we don't have to look at stupid crap the whole time. We're picking our black belt. We're naming him Breach. That's just my style, baby. Name it after myself. You know how I do. I got an ego, whatever. So we're going to take care of this last guy here, and we are good to go. Now, doing a solo run, the key element is getting to be solo, because if you look right now, we got 4 party members. We don't want 4 party members, we want 1 party member. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop up in here, and you may be curious as to why I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to buy a wooden staff for all of my party members except myself. I'm going to get me a wooden tonfa there, or wooden nunchaka, whatever you want to call it. Does not matter. I don't care. It's a wooden little symbol thing. It's key that you buy a weapon for an item that all of them can use in battle for this early part here to get down to 1 character. But we're going to buy the wooden armor just for ourselves. We don't want them to get armor because we want them to die off. And make sure you go and equip your armor and your weapon too on your solo character. And yeah, it's a drawback, but we're going to have to buy some heals just to make sure we survive. So, it's expensive in the early part, but you don't have to buy equipment for this character. All you have to buy is heals, purers, all that nonsense just to get him going in his life. And we're going to stop there so we can make sure we have enough to stay at the inn if we have to, after we get all of our party members taken care of, if you will. So this first episode might be a little bit slow. It's really just the key in getting down to 1 character. And so what we're going to do here, everyone is going to use their items in battle, except for our black mage here. Or our black belt, sorry. You see, everyone's taking all kinds of damage up there. This game implements a row system. You see, the fighter and the thief took all the attacks there. It's because the fighter is going to take 50% of the attacks. The thief, or the person in the top is going to take 50% of the attacks. Second person down the line is going to take 25. Bottom 2, 12.5 each. Pretty good little system there, if you ask me. It's a row system before a row system was thought of. which Final Fantasy row systems came about really in the second one. But we're just going to, oh, don't be hitting us. We don't need that kind of nonsense. We're going to let our characters die off here, and it's going to take a little bit here. So well, I don't want to speed through because that's definitely going to screw up the recording. But, you know, maybe I can talk a little bit about prepping for this Let's Play. Now, I did multiple run-throughs solo with most of the characters before doing this. I've done all of them except for the Thief, just because it's not hard, it's just annoying and tedious. And I had a bone to pick with all the people hating on the Black Belt, so I chose him. Got Family Guy going on while I'm doing this, waiting. It's the Gumble to Gumble episode where Peter and Chris try and get Gumble to Gumble back on air. Love that shit. Cartoon Network, thank you for filling up every evening for me with just random crap to watch on TV. But yeah, these imps, they're annoying in that they're so weak. You run into them all over the place here. We're going to be grinding some levels off of some imps early on in the game. But right now, we're just waiting for them to kill us off. Waiting. These guys don't even have any armor. You're hitting defenseless people and you still can't kill them. Why are you wasting my time like that, imps? It's going to get easier once that thief dies out, because then there will be fewer targets to hit. So, oh, imps are listening to me there. Maybe they know something we don't. Thief is gone. Yes, fewer targets means also it's fewer characters that have to go through animations to wait to be attacked. But this is the most annoying part, is getting down to solo. And this first half of the game is going to be excruciatingly hard. I'm going to have to get over-leveled with him. But like I said, there's a certain item halfway into the game that we'll be able to get that will just make it a breeze. Also, another thing I want to point out about why the Black Belt overcomes some of the attacks on his character. We'll show you in the status screen, but his absorb rate, which is the armor factor in this game, is actually equal to his level. So you don't need armor for him. Max level's 50 in this game, so if you get him up to max level, he has more absorb than even the fighter can get fully equipped. Well, maybe not that much, but he has more absorb than any other character fully equipped with armor. That's pretty good if you ask me. We're actually not going to go into the final battle naked, believe it or not. Which is surprising because as soon as you equip armor on him, his absorb becomes that armor's absorb rate. It doesn't add to his level absorb rate. But we have a few things we want to go into the final battle with that'll make it a little bit easier for us to survive. Awesome. We are almost down to solo party member. This is great. This is where the fun begins. 8 minutes in, we're still in the first battle here. Just waiting, trying to get down to solo, and here we go. We can start wrecking some bitches. Now, another thing people discount, they say, oh my god, it's going to be so much harder doing a solo run. You have to do so much grinding. Not really, because whenever you have a full party and you kill... Oh, missed that attack, why don't you? Whenever you have a full party and you kill all the enemies, the party splits the pot of experience. Whereas whenever you're doing a solo character, that character gets all of the experience to himself. He doesn't have to share that shit with nobody. He gets to be a greedy little bastard just hogging all that EXP. So, whereas normally everyone would get, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 experience, 6 maybe, out of this battle, he's going to get the entire pot. Let's check out and see what that does for him. 24. Everyone would have gotten 6 experience out of that. He gets 24. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back into the inn and heal. Inn's not going to bring our characters back to life. You have to go all the way to the doctor to do that in this game. So the inn is simply going to heal him back to full, so we can go out and we can start doing this stuff. Now it's 9.5 minutes in. I'll show you one more battle with solo Black Belt before I cut the episode. So hopefully I can run into one here. Okay, here we go. 4 imps. We can do this. It's not a big deal. Usually I run into like 5 in the early game trying to level him up. And I'm gonna end up having to use one of those heals. But yeah, he's just gonna take them all out on his own. And this is gonna be really tedious at the beginning here, because we can't even go and take on Garland until we're a fairly decent level. I'm not gonna risk it anyways. I'm trying to do a no death as well. I know there's one spot in the game that's going to be impossible to avoid, but I'll point that out whenever we get there. And we should actually level up from this fight, which will give us a bit of an HP boost and make this little early grinding part last a little bit longer before we have to keep going to the hospital every time. Or inn, I guess it's called. But yeah, up to 64 HP now, up from 33. Our agility went up, vitality went up. Doesn't really matter that our strength didn't go up, because we're one-shotting all the imps anyway that we're going to be level